All right, we're here for another episode of Sports Talk Unfiltered. Man, we're
Still
in
dog.
for a lot of talking, man. Yeah, there you go, Howard.
I would have like witness protection.
Yeah, you do. We're here for another
Oh
episode
man,
of Sports Talk
this
Unfiltered,
name
man.
is
But we
broke.
got a lot to talk about. We had the playoff weekend that just happened. A lot of stuff took place, man, over the weekend. We had a lot go on. So let's jump right in it, man. Let's look at some of the games over the weekend, and then we'll kind of see what's coming up on the schedule. Let's talk about the 49ers Seahawks game first. What was your thoughts on that game, man? Do you think the 49ers was really impressive on that?
Did y'all
Anybody?
watch the So when I watched the game, I definitely feel like right now they're the team to beat. But I'm not sure if Seattle looked impressive or if I was a little disappointed in it being that close for the 49ers. I kind of expected them, you know what I'm saying, just to do work, you know what I mean, just to go ahead and put them out quick. And that game, they hung around a little bit longer. The defense wasn't able to really hold Geno down. Not like I would have expected them to, but overall, a win is a win, and they didn't look bad. It's just maybe, like I said, Seattle might have looked a little better than I expected them to. So, but I still feel like overall in the whole thing, if I was to get pinned down to choose somebody that I think could win it all, I think right now my number one pick would be the 49ers.
Wow. Elliot.
Hey, well, I'm gonna go on and say, well, I started the season by saying the Super Bowl participants would be the Bills versus the Buccaneers, but Tom Brady took that turn left last night, so it won't definitely won't be Bucks. But I did pick the Bills to win it all. 49ers, they can. Uh, I wasn't impressed with that game at all. I really felt like, to me, it should have been a, a game they dominated. But it is the playoffs. I can't take nothing away from the way Seattle came out and showed out.
You like your daddy, bro.
Man, they really made. I don't like Tony was saying. I don't know if to say that they just played that good, or maybe the 49ers just didn't play as good as they can play on defense. But I don't know, man. That they I really don't think the Cowboys is out of it, man. After that game, I think the Cowboys are capable of beating them.
After what game? What now?
Yeah, after that game with Seattle, I really going into the weekend, I really thought couldn't nobody touch the 49ers in the NFC. But after that game, I don't know, man. I don't have them as a lock, but I got the Bills to win it all anyway. So
All right. Antoine, he's a 49er fan, so we got Antoine on the
oh,
show tonight, guys. He's a 49er fan, so we want to kind of get him in there. Look, man,
oh,
Elliot, I want you to repeat what you just said so Antoine can hear what you just said and then let him respond to you.
I think the Cowboys are capable of beating the 49ers, man. After this weekend's game, I mean, Gino made them look. Now I ain't gonna say bad, but Gino made it look possible to beat them. They should have dominated that game, man. Come on, Twan. I'm
Well,
listening.
Yeah, he talking to you.
I'm listening.
oh, it was and all I couldn't like, but you said what about the four?
I don't know. They look suspect
You
now. I
going?
don't know.
Well, that
Geno
was a different
Smith,
game, so you know, you know, vision games, but
right?
You going in and out?
you can't discredit been looking like been doing the defense. I think there was nervousness in the game with Purdy and all, and that, so I think they second half, of course, but that was a division. Seattle going better than any other in the league, so I kind of expect the game early, but you see what second half.
All right, go out and come. You're coming in and out, and we kind of got the gist of what you were saying. Go out and come back in. Maybe we can get you the better when you do that, and we'll get you
Hey
back on.
Elliot, let me share something with you though.
Go ahead, go
So
ahead. I'm listening. I'm listening, boss.
let me ask you this: would you say that Geno Smith is a top 10 quarterback this season?
He right at that edge, 10, 11, 12.
So would you say that this season he's played better than Dak Prescott?
Ooh. He has, man. To be honest, Howard, no offense, I think he have, man.
Okay, so I just want to say this: it's not like Geno Smith has been a bum this year. He is the number
No,
9 rated
no, definitely no,
He's
not a
the
bum.
he's the number 9 rated quarterback, rated just ahead of Dak, rated just behind
But
Jared Goff,
but
ahead of
Tony,
Tom Brady,
Tony, he do
ahead
not
of
have the
Aaron Rodgers.
supporting cast that got. He ain't got that supporting cast.
Yeah, that is true, but he's been without that same supporting cast all year, and he still ended up being ranked number 9. So it's not like he was a bum. I'm
No, oh, I'm not
don't
saying
and
that.
so and I'm not saying that the 49ers played bad, but Twine made a really good point about division games. It is so hard to beat the same team 3 times in one year. You know what I mean? And
I
so
agree.
and
I
when you
agree.
play them, that third game is rarely ever a blowout because the teams know each other so well that it's almost a coin flip, but the better team usually does come out on top in those situations. And the 49ers showed that they were a better team. So I will go with it. I didn't want to disrespect, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to disrespect the Seahawks in saying that they were bad. It's just that my hopes of what the 49ers could be, I just kind of
It wasn't expected, not to me anyway.
right. I figured they would do damage. And it was just closer. It made me nervous for a little while, but Brock shook off the jitters,
He
and
did.
he shook off the jitters, and then came up, and this boy don't look like he's in his third or fourth game. He looks like he's been playing for a long time. So
All right,
We're
Antoine,
back,
finish it.
fellas.
All right, finish your point, Antoine.
Yeah, no, what I was saying is that Seattle's a division woe, so I figured they would play us tough. It would be a close game early on. I think Brock had some nervousness to him, as he should have first playoff game, but everything came out well in the second half, man. You know, that defense got the pumping, finally got that turnover, so after that, it was lights out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was lights out. It was lights out after that fumble. It was lights out after
Mm-hmm.
that. You know what I
Let me
mean?
let me
So
ask you a question. We saw the Cowboys beat Brady this weekend. We'll get back to the Cowboys, but my question is, look, man, I hear a lot of buzz going on that Tom is definitely not going to be back with the Bucks next year, and I hear some buzz that if Tom Brady is not with the Bucks, should the Niners go after Tom Brady and have him come to the 49ers? What you guys think?
absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Antoine, you were shaking your
No,
head,
man. They
yes.
got
no, I wasn't.
Oh, okay, okay.
No, I wasn't.
no.
Like, no, I mean, what's the upside? I mean, there's no upside to me. You know what I mean? Even if he come, say they come. I mean, you getting a what? 45, maybe 46. I don't know when his birthday is, but you getting them for 1 year. You about to put everything that you building to the side for Tom Brady for a year or two. Like, nah, we okay with. I'm fine. Nah, I'm fine. Nah, Brady need to go ahead and just retire. To be honest, that's what I
I'm
feel.
hoping he do. I'm really hoping he go ahead and close
And
the
then
curtain.
and
No,
Twan to echo.
he don't need to retire.
Yeah.
Not because he's not playing with, but that man put his family and everything on the line. He can't do that
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah. I
no
mean, yeah, it
blowout
makes
loss
sense.
in the
You
first
like
in the first
No
you
round.
done
man.
lost your
He
family
done
and
Yeah,
lost
all
every
that
he done
for
lost
that. You know what I mean?
everything.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
he
yeah.
got he had a hard fall, but he got a $300 million cushion to fall on. Then he go do TV and he ain't got to take no more hits. He need to retire.
He
But
did.
Yeah.
the To piggyback off of what you were saying, they will actually be a better team without Tom Brady because right now they are paying 2 rookie quarterbacks combined that don't make what a normal backup quarterback makes when they go into next year with Brock Purdy and Trey Lance. So they get to put the rest of the team around them. They get to keep these defensive players and not let them go. They get to make sure that Debo got his money. They need to make sure because they're gonna have to pay Ayuk now. They still paying, they're gonna be paying CMC. So they will be better when Garoppolo money comes off. They have those other 2 young guys in there, continue to build the team around them. They have a better chance of moving forward and winning it next year without bringing in a high-priced quarterback. Even if Tom Brady only takes $20 million, that's $20 million that could go to shoring up the offensive line or you know what I'm saying, adding some more monsters to that defensive line so that they'll have the deepest rotation on the defensive line, shoring up that defensive backfield. You know what I'm saying? So I do not feel like it would be a good move for them to go after any veteran quarterback because
last week, Antoine, I asked them the question. I said, if Brock Purdy wins this first round game, will he take Trey Lance's spot on the team? They all to a T told me that there is no way that Trey Lance can lose that starting spot to Brock Purdy. I'm asking now, is there a chance that Brock Purdy can lose this quarterback job now?
I team wise, I think so. Definitely. I think with the first playoff win, Lord knows we make it to the Super Bowl or win the Super Bowl or whatever. I think it's a great argument because now it's going to be like, okay, how can you put Trey Lance back as your number one? With, granted, Trey Lance had 2 games before his injury? But you have so much upside in what you've seen with Brock Purdy. But the thing that's going to go with that, and management-wise, is how much you gave up for Trey Lance. That might be the only reason. But as far as me as a fan, I'm like, leave Purdy in there as number 1, put Lance 2. That's how I feel. But it's at least to Lance. I mean, I think Lance may need a little more development, because even in the few games that we saw him, like, it wasn't like, we got blown away. Now, if he can call that offense how he does with Purdy.
Twine, wasn't his first game played in the rain, man?
It was.
I give him that.
Not the rain, Howard.
Yeah.
He played it in the Pacific Ocean.
It monsoon.
Was so much water.
Yeah.
They
right.
sliding around out there on the field. That game should.
But we live in a league where what have you done for me lately? Right.
And lately was Jimmy Garoppolo took him to the Super Bowl and was a drop pass from winning it, and they still went out and gave a bunch of draft picks to get this boy Trey Lance because they believe in him. They saw his skill set. They think he can bring a different dynamic to that offense, something that not even Brock Purdy could have foreseen them doing. Otherwise, he would not have been Mr. Irrelevant, and all 32 teams passed on him at least 6 times. So don't get me wrong. Brock Purdy is a good story, but the upside, the potential superstar is Trey Lance. You got what you're going to get. Brock Purdy is a younger, cheaper Jimmy Garoppolo. And if they wanted Jimmy Garoppolo, they never would have traded all that stuff to get traded.
Yeah, but I think a lot of Jimmy Garoppolo was that he stayed injured a lot.
Right.
I don't think a lot of it was because people really don't think he's the quarterback. I think he just stayed injured a lot.
He won't injured in that Rams game when last year where they had a chance to go to the Super Bowl and he was doing some real Jimmy Garoppolo things because
Brock Purdy, look, y'all talk what you want. Y'all talk what you want. It's getting hard to replace that boy.
It's not.
Fan wise,
we gonna see.
I like it. I think he's good.
Everybody ain't got all the tape on them
yet.
Just
the Walmart brand
exactly.
Man. That's all.
Exactly.
Everybody ain't got the tape. How many games he been playing? He done
played 9 games.
Right? 9 games. How much tape you need after you play? That's almost a season.
Hey man, hold on. All we got.
Tom
Hey,
Brady done
no.
played for 20 years, bitch.
You talk what
I
you
mean,
want to.
I mean, come on. And they had tape on Tom Brady after 9 games too. I mean, what do you mean 9 games? You're talking about, how much do you need to play?
Nah, man, dude.
I
It'll
mean,
make a
nobody
difference.
can deny.
You'll
You
see.
can't sit here and say Brock is not looking good in that
No,
offense,
you definitely
regardless.
can't say they
Nobody
ain't
said he
doing
No, I'm
good.
wasn't.
not saying that.
Twan,
Okay,
I
I'm
didn't
not
say he
so
saying that at
wasn't.
all.
I
Twan,
didn't
this
I'm
is
say he
not
what I'm
okay,
saying
wasn't.
saying.
that. But if I got
What,
options, if
what
I got a choice between
right,
Lance
you
and Brock,
right,
come
you
on,
have a
I'm
choice
taking Lance.
between Lance. Right, that's fine. But how that offense has been running and suited, and how Cal has been calling that offense has. I mean, we putting up 30, 40 points. How often we were winning games, but how often were we putting up that many points?
how many games did Trey Lance play with Christian McCaffrey? I'll
I
wait.
mean, now Christian
Right.
McCaffrey definitely added
Exactly.
another flavor. You know what I
Now you
mean?
got Debo and C Mac. So come on, man. That's a lot,
He
Right.
had
man.
a
I
big.
think Trey
He
Lance
added a
brings a
big flavor
different.
for y'all.
You know what? I see with Trey Lance if he develops, this is the same thing we was talking about Jalen Hurt. He didn't have all those weapons, and people want to complain about him. They go get him a weapon. Now they have multiple weapons that he can throw to. Now all of a sudden he's an MVP of the league. What I'm
Right.
saying, man, if you give it the development time for Trey Lance with his athletic ability, call that offense, give all he has to do is have a basic understanding. He ain't got to understand everything yet because Brock Purdy only has a basic understanding. He just started. So that offense, that game would have gone the same way, regardless of which 49er quarterback suited up.
How many
Which
Because
how many
game?
games how many games
yes,
have Brock Purdy
uh,
lost?
uh,
None.
Really, Bishop.
No, I don't
Really,
know.
Bishop.
No, I'm not trying to
Really.
make.
No, you ain't.
I'm not trying to make a
Yeah, you
point. I
are.
don't know. I'm for
no,
real. How
I'm
much has
asking
he
a question.
lost?
I don't
One
think
or
he lost.
two?
Yes, you
None.
are. Yes, you
I
are.
don't think he
He
lost
has
He
one.
lost
lost no
none
game.
I don't
None.
think
in
so.
9 games.
He undefeated as a
Listen,
starter.
if that boy take y'all to the Super Bowl, I'm trying to tell y'all right
I
now, it's
I
gonna be hard
think
to get rid of him,
I
man.
think that I'm with you on. I think if he take us to the Super Bowl, it's gonna be hard
I
to say
mean,
let's
they
go
might
back to
do
Trey
it. They
Lance.
might do it. They did it with who was the boy for Philly that came in and when your boy
Nick
got
Foles.
hurt? Nick Foles,
Nick Foles.
and when Nick Foles came, when your boy came back, didn't he get the starting job back?
Wentz. Yep.
Yeah, but Wentz looked like MVP before he got hurt though. So a lot of that,
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell
He
you,
did.
Lance,
He did.
it's gonna be hard for Brock to give up that man. And then that boy got that Brock Purdy. He just got a name for football.
Hold on. Let me. Hey,
He
hey.
just got he made Brock Purdy. That boy just got a name for football.
Now see, I hate saying this because it's going to sound like I'm denigrating what the 49ers have done. I'm not at all trying to do that, okay? Because I respect them. I picked them to win the Super Bowl. But if you look at when he went down, the games that he's won, he beat the Cardinals, they beat the Saints, they beat the Dolphins without Tua, they beat Tom Brady, who isn't, they beat the Seahawks, they beat the Commanders, they beat the Raiders, they beat the Cardinals again, and then they just beat the Seahawks. So out of those games, who are we talking about as even being like, you know what I'm saying, an impressive win aside from the playoff game? You know what I'm saying? Because anytime you beat anybody in the playoffs,
Yeah.
it's impressive. But what would be considered? So he hasn't been playing the top of the top when he did this, and so we're not all in practice. We don't see the difference in how Brock Purdy looked versus how Trey Lance looked in practice, and somebody getting excited about what their offense can look like with this incredible athlete with a good arm versus, you know what I'm saying, a good, smart, cerebral quarterback. You can say what you want to, but they benched the Super Bowl winning quarterback, man.
Listen, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying Brock Purdy is better than Trey Lance. I'm saying they can see all they want to see in practice with Trey Lance. When the guy take you 9, when he go 9-0, and I guarantee you, he got the locker room. I guarantee you, he got the locker room. Y'all, man, them boys balling, man. If they go to the Super Bowl with Brock Purdy, then you come back. If Brock Purdy is still on the team, they go to the Super Bowl, and next year they put in Trey Lance. Trey Lance can't throw 2 bad passes back to back. He getting yanked.
Hey Tony, did you say we beat Miami without Tua?
Yeah.
No, Tua played.
Tua played.
Tua
Did Tua
played.
play that game?
Tua played.
Tua played that
Yes.
game.
Man, it don't make no difference. It don't make no difference. It don't make no difference.
No,
You can't look. We talk about
I was
9
just
straight
going.
games.
I was
Listen,
just
when
going
you
Oh,
to
he
the
did.
point
when
that
you
Tua
when
played.
you win when you
Right.
win
He
when
didn't play that
you
game. He got
win
hurt the next week. He got hurt.
when
My
you
bad.
win 9 straight games, you can't go down the list talking about who you played. You can't do that.
No.
You can't do
Why
that.
you
You can't do
saying?
that.
Hold up.
Because
Wait
you
a
played that
minute.
man played 9 straight games. If Trey Lance had won 9 straight games, you wouldn't have said that.
Elliot and Howard, have y'all not been on this show all year long, and all we've been talking about is arguing about who somebody done played? Now all of a sudden, to make your point,
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That's
not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if it was Trey Lance, you wouldn't be hollering about they played the 9. I'm saying make the same argument. If it was Trey Lance, you wouldn't be saying he won 9 games straight because of the competition. You'd be saying that Trey Lance was a good quarterback.
So let me rephrase the argument. Aside from the
Well,
Seahawks,
we never said he
what
wasn't a good
off-
quarterback though.
No, but Tony just mentioned that. Okay, let's look at his quality of competition. That's why he looking good because who they playing. I'm saying if
Man,
because you started your whole diatribe with you seem like I'm gonna be hating on the 49ers. I don't want to be seen like I'm hating on the 49ers, and then you spend 2 minutes hating on the 49ers.
Now watch this.
He ain't got a whole lot of pressure on him because of that
Correct.
defense, man.
When they play,
Okay, I mean, but that's fine. But I agree. But that's fine. But you wouldn't be saying. But if it was Trey Lance, you wouldn't be saying that.
Same thing.
No, how you gonna make that? Well, then if you making that point, then that means Trey Lance is trash too. Then
hear me what I'm saying.
I didn't say
Where you
Purdy
get
was trash.
trash from?
Trey
Oh my
Lance not
God!
trash, man.
Nobody said
y'all
that.
said Brock Purdy is serviceable. That's what y'all saying.
No.
He
What?
like Cooper
I'm saying
Rush.
Trey Lance can be in there.
Hey man,
Trey Lance can be the starter.
hey, hold on,
Brock
dude.
Purdy
Hold
like
on,
Cooper
man.
Rush.
This is a great Tom Brady story. Don't get me wrong. Everybody hated on me. All the teams picked on me. I got it. He got to do it like Tom Brady to be Tom Brady. What I'm saying is, with all they have invested in Trey Lance, this run would not be considered impressive enough if they're sitting there in practice and Trey Lance look like he's running the offense better than Brock Purdy.
Man, there's a lot of people look like that in practice, but when that boy get on that field, then he got something. He got something. Brock Purdy.
The tie go to the runner, and with this tie, they're gonna be like, we done invested everything. All
that's true.
I understand. Right now,
that's
people are still picking off of this Trey Lance pick. They got some Trey Lance picks coming up this year. So
that's a good point. That's what Antoine said. Management side,
like management wise, it's gonna be like, okay, we gave up way too much for Trey Lance to have him at number 2. You know,
but listen,
nothing for him if they trade him right now because he's coming off the injury.
But if they make the chance to go with Purdy, the fans not gonna kill him though. See, the fans not gonna kill San Francisco management for choosing Brock Purdy because they gonna feel like that boy has earned the spot. But if they get listen, all I'm saying is Brock Purdy. If they take the
spot, how has he earned a spot? And even one of them,
he earned a spot because he's won 9 straight games and go to the Super Bowl.
Bishop,
that guy young, man. Huh?
Wasn't this the same guy? Wasn't this the same guy in practice, just like Trey was?
I don't understand your point. You talking about practice? Or we talking about practice? We talking about practice? So we talking about practice? So that's what we talking about now, practice? Oh, we talking about practice? Is that what we talking about now, practice? Oh, man, come on, man.
Trey Lance has not gotten an opportunity to play with this team in this situation.
I agree.
So what I'm
Tough
saying
luck.
to you is they are going to give him an opportunity to play with this team.
Okay,
can we play devil's advocate and play the middle and say, even, you have those that say, okay, Brock earned it, this, that, and the third, and about Trey, that he might have to compete for the number 1 job, and it won't just be given to him.
We gotta compete.
I definitely.
That's what I'm saying.
Think about this. Now watch this. Think about this. What if? Let's say, Justin Herbert got hurt and his backup came in and won a bunch of games.
Not a fair. That's apples and oranges. Apples and oranges. You gotta make another. You gotta make
You
another
know why?
comparison.
Hold on. Wait. You know why it's not apples and
The
oranges?
same
Why?
thing, Bishop.
Because
I'm gonna
It's
tell
the
you
same
why it's
thing.
not.
no, hold on. You know why it's not apples and
Yes,
oranges?
it is.
Because
I'm gonna tell you why it's not.
They turned the franchise over to Justin Herbert. They said we're going to win or lose with you. Last year, when they were trying to get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo, because of all the picks they gave for Trey Lance, they turned the organization over to Trey Lance as their starting quarterback.
Let me tell you what the difference is. How long has Justin Herbert played?
3 years.
How long has he been starting with the Bills?
Since day one.
Okay. How long Trey Lance started?
Justin Herbert don't play for the Bills.
Well, whoever he played for, the Chargers. I don't care if he played for the Lake Taylor Titans. The point still make the same. He played. How many games did he play for the Chargers?
He had played 2 seasons.
Okay. How many seasons have Latran started?
This one.
Of course. The difference is if Trey Lance had been the starter for 2 seasons or even a whole year, and you have seen him be awesome for a whole year, then if Purdy come in and win 9 games, you could say that the team still belongs to Trey Lance. But Trey Lance ain't done nothing. Only thing he has been is awesome in practice. And we back to talking about practice.
You speaking as a fan.
No, I'm not, because just apples and oranges. Herbert has proven that he is the quarterback for the Chargers. Trey Lance has not proven that.
They gave him the keys, bruh. What I'm saying is he hadn't proven enough to come.
Yeah, but they gave him the keys, Tony, but all he ever did was drive the car in the parking lot. He ain't never been on the highway yet. You done drove the car out the parking lot, got hurt, and the next guy have taken the car all the way to Florida. Come on, man. You gonna tell me I gotta trust you to drive back from Florida and the only thing you ever did was pull out of the garage? Come on, man. I'm just saying, man.
They not gonna ask him to drive to Florida.
Justin Herbert did come in off an injury, though.
They gonna ask him to drive where?
They go ask him to drive up the street, and if he does, that's
I know, but they ain't trying to get up the street no more after they get to the Super Bowl. They won't go back to Disney World. We ain't trying to go to Busch Gardens and Williamsburg when I can go to Disneyland in Florida. We ain't trying to do that. No, you can't make me believe. Go ahead, Antoine. I'm sorry, man. Tony just got me hyped, man.
The thing is, even with Justin Herbert's situation, they drafted Justin Herbert, right? Same as we drafted Trey Lance. Tyrod Taylor was the starting quarterback. We drafted Trey Lance to sit him out, let him learn, develop. They was doing the same thing with Herbert. Tyrod Taylor got hurt, but guess what? Justin Herbert came in, and that offense took off like how Brock doing. You know what I mean? Just in the comparison. They look so much better with Herbert came in and balled from the get-go, right? Them few games that Trey Lance came in before this season, you didn't see that like you saw Herbert.
Listen, man, they had a hard time letting Garoppolo go.
Right.
They were still struggling. They were still struggling with if we should keep Garoppolo. They was paying the man all this kind of money and not wanting to leave and making. Listen, they was making contract, putting certain stipulations in his contract that he wouldn't leave and all that. Man, come on, man. Brock Purdy is pretty.
What I'm saying is the situation is different. Herbert came in when he off an injury and looked good soon as he came in. You know what I mean? As a draft pick. So I'm not saying that Trey Lance can't be that. I'm saying that we don't have anything to go off of to say, here, we just going to hand you the number 1 spot, except what we giving up.
Yeah, you do. I can't agree with that.
Except what we giving up to get you.
And he been throwing real good without pads and practice with receivers running go routes. That's what they said. He threw the best go routes in practice that you have ever seen before in your life. And the spiral is pretty when there's no pressure. Go ahead, Tom. I'm sorry.
One, look at this. He played 1 game in the monsoon and he did look bad. The next week they scored 27. The next week he got hurt. So his first game 27-7, because I don't even consider the Bears his first game.
I agree.
That wasn't a real game. So 27-7 his first game. They were starting to see some things that was without CMC. Okay, so the offense wasn't what it was. You know what I'm saying? Trent Williams was coming in. He was nursing something. He didn't even play in the first week. So what I'm saying is he didn't look bad. Y'all act like that Bears
I'm not
game
saying
was
that.
a perfect right.
you're right.
But what I'm saying is I believe that Trey Lance would be doing the same thing that Brock Purdy is doing right now with this team. That's all I'm saying. And so because I feel like the 49ers is one of the few situations where it's not all about the quarterback.
But Tony, if you make that point, that they would be doing the same, then why do you need Trey Lance? He's making the point. He's saying that Trey Lance will be doing what Brock Purdy is doing right now.
Right.
So what's the difference?
I get it. Because if you go spend a whole lot of money on a car and then somebody give you a car and the other car, they're equal, you going to put some time in that car that you still got that $900 car payment on. So I'm going to say what you can say what you want to, bro.
That's a good point. Okay, so you're saying the reason that they should do it is back to what Antoine said, because of all they gave up to get him. Not because, all right, I mean, I can go with that.
What I'm saying is I feel like at worst, they're equal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't feel like Purdy is better than Trey Lance. At worst, they're equal.
No, you can't say that. Right now, that's an assumption you have.
Yeah, no, it's the same assumption I had about Jalen Hurts, but go ahead.
Yeah, but your assumption then was proven right. Right now, you have an assumption. You don't know if Trey Lance is going to do exactly what Brock Purdy doing. You just assuming that because he throw great go routes in practice.
No. You know why I feel that way? Because this is one of the few teams that the quarterback doesn't make the team. This is the best team in the NFL, period. This is the only team that you can take the starting quarterback off and they still have the same problem.
So Russell Wilson will go in there and look brilliant on this team.
I bet you he would look better for the 49ers than
That's what I'm saying. He'll look. I'm agreing with you. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, that's a great point. That you should have said that first. You should have said that first, and I would agree with you on that. Look, let's talk about this Cowboys 40. Well, first of all, let's talk about the Cowboys game that we just had. Stay right there, Antoine. I want to come back to you when we deal with that. Well, let me get with this. Stay back there. Hold on right there. Look, let's talk about this Cowboy game that just came up, and we'll come back to the game that's coming on this weekend. Let me look at my first question is, first of all, how impressive was that game? Anybody?
How are you gonna go first, or you want to? God, Paul got the heat all the way.
It don't matter.
All right, look, I say this. I think the most impressive thing about this is they decided to play how they should have been playing all year long.
And what's that?
So they didn't ask Dak to go out and play hero ball. They ran short crossers. They sent the tight end.
Coming back in, man.
Yep. They knew that the defense was going to be geared up for CD. They, you know what I'm saying? Like the way they played, he called a smart game. Okay. The Buccaneers helped them look as good as they look. I think I hate to say it, but I think Ty Bowles is in trouble. I think Brady looked, because everybody say what they want about Brady or whatever. Brady missed a lot of passes. Brady missed.
Bad to me, but go ahead.
He missed, and it won't always because of the pass rush. It was because he ain't used to having routes where he got quarterbacks out there running receiver routes, so they know what the defense is doing like that. No, these guys are running the routes that's called. You know what I'm saying? And Brady just throwing it to open space and getting mad because the receiver ain't there. I'm like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't the route that they call. So I will say this. If the Cowboys play like this, they can beat anybody. My only concern is, number one, I don't know what they're going to do with that kicker. Jerry Jones tweeted, "If anybody in the stadium can kick, come down, come see me. I got a jersey for you." He tweeted that during the game. The owner tweeted that during the game. That's bad. And then number two, they weren't put in a situation where clock management had to come into play so that the head coach had to come into play. You know what I'm saying? And so that's my only reservation. But they did look good. If they play like this, they can play with and beat anybody.
Elliot.
Yeah, I agree. If they play like this, they can actually make a game of it when they play the 49ers. Um, I'm not gonna say here and make I'm not gonna make excuses that the Buccaneers are that bad. They didn't they didn't deserve to be in the playoffs anyway. I mean, they barely what 500. I don't think I don't think they played a playoff type team. They played a playoff game, but they didn't play a playoff type team. So that's what they should have done. So that's what I'm giving them the credit for. They went out, they took care of business the way it should have been done against a team that wasn't, to me, on the same page. And Dak looked good. I like the confidence that he had, man. And if he can keep that up, yeah, they could make it to the Super Bowl.
Howard.
Dak's best game of the year. Didn't turn the ball over. Number one, he don't turn the ball over. Defense plays good football. Both of them came together last night. Defense played good. Offense played good. Won the game. Now it's got to be a repeat. Just that simple. They can't play like they played against the Redskins, then come back and play good against the Buccaneers, then go
Commanders.
and play bad against the 49 the Commodores, against the 49ers.
The
So
Commodores.
yeah, without Lionel Richie, baby, without Lionel Richie.
All right,
Listen,
all right. Without
yeah,
line.
man.
Oh, you're without line of risk. Good gracious. That's the miracles. Look, will
God
Dak
dang.
have the same success against the 49ers coming up? Let's bring my man back.
It's gonna be a different type of game. Now it's possible, but he's not gonna have
Almost definitely.
the same ease that he had with the 49ers. I mean, with the Buccaneers, man.
I'm gonna say
What?
no. I'm gonna say
No.
no. And here's why I'm gonna say no. Because no team is gonna have the same success against the 49ers that they have against the Buccaneers. They are not the same
Oh,
team. All right. That's like going to play, you know what I'm saying, Vanderbilt, and then the next week you got to play Georgia. You're just not gonna look the same. And so, but Dak doesn't have to be this efficient. He just can't be Redskins or the Giants efficient or the Eagles efficient, when he's throwing them interceptions and they do it. He just can't do that. And your boy need to stop auditioning for a head coaching job.
Who?
And so the offensive coordinator, what's his name? How I can't even think his name right now. So I know I'm getting old. They OC, but he can't
He'll be all
be
right.
calling plays like he playing Madden. You know what I'm saying? Just take the 3, 4, 5s, the 6s. You know what I'm saying? Move the ball down the field like they did when they got that turnover from Tom Brady. They did that long drive, went all the way down and scored that touchdown. That's how they need to play. And so if they do that, then you can compete. But if you keep dropping like that, dropping back like that, and letting their 49ers pass rush tee off, it's not going to be the same game. So
mm-mm.
I don't think it's possible. So I still think that the Cowboys can play well, and I think it's potential that they could win. But there's no way. I would be willing to stake anything that there's no way he'll have the same type game just because he's playing two totally different teams.
Antoine. Antoine.
Yeah. It's I don't think he's gonna be as successful. Like Tony say, I mean, you're not playing the Buccaneers. So I don't think he's gonna be as successful. But efficiency wise, if they can dial up some things, or if that it's gonna be based on how that old line show up. That a lot is gonna be riding on that old line. You know, if that how that O line show up is going to dictate a whole lot because I think you know, even if you're not getting that to the ground, I think once that kind of start getting in the mood to where that pressure is constantly coming, he rushing his judgment and he lose a lot of confidence. That showed with the Redskins. Well, the Commodores or the Commanders, well, you know, you know, so that showed with them, you know, so I certainly don't take them lightly. You know, I know they coming for blood from last year, and they have a threat, but I think that old line is going to dictate a whole lot where it's going to be at for that rest of the night. Because if we getting pressure on that going to make rush decisions and bad decisions. That's
Mm-hmm.
how I feel.
Hey, hey, that's good. I like that. I like that, Twan. I like that. I agree 100%. I don't think he's going to throw interceptions to y'all though. If y'all defensive line do what they get pressure on him like they did last year, it's going to be a problem. But I will say this: if our defensive line get pressure on y'all, it's going to be the same problem. And
That's the
you
thing,
better
though.
believe
Nah, they gonna be running the ball.
you better believe it.
What
You say,
I got you how, but as I was telling another Cowboy fan last night, when you know obviously you know he basing a lot on seeing the game last night. It's a lot different when you're
oh
playing a
no, I
team that's
don't do
one
that.
dimensional. Y'all knew going into the game Buccaneers couldn't run the ball, and
Oh, we
y'all
know. We
knew
already we
early.
already know we got to stop.
Right. So when you make a
Yeah.
team one dimensional, that pass rush goes up tremendously. Y'all got a great pass rush defense already. But when you got a team that has no running game in terms of run one dimensional, y'all gonna tee off on it. So but
Antoine, you
so
heard you heard somebody say that. You ain't come up with
no,
that,
I
bro.
said that. I told a Cowboy fan that.
That's a great. That might have been the best statement you ever made since you've been visiting on the show, and that's why I don't know. well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if you came up with that. I mean, I had to check. I'm gonna check YouTube.
Hey,
I'm gonna do a
hey,
Google search. What was
no,
your
no,
exact wording? I'm gonna do a Google search on that.
no lie. No lie, man. If my matter of fact, he just left here before you text me with the link. He was over here,
Of course, he
and we
just
were
left.
talking about the game. Yeah, I
Of
just
course, he
told
just
him
left.
that.
Yeah, of course, he wouldn't be there now to
Yeah,
verify the
but
Right.
story.
And
Go
but
ahead,
I
Antoine.
told him
Oh,
the
go ahead.
same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's aggressive.
and
That's
see,
a great point, man. When you make a team one dimensional, go ahead, Tony. I think you was gonna say something
no,
about that too.
I was gonna say the difference is the 49ers can line up with the same personnel and it look like a four wide as it does looking like a two back because you can bring in even they even running reverses. They was running reverses with Ayuk and running Ayuk out the backfield when Debo was out. Now they got Debo back. Like any of these guys can line up. So what looks like a passing play can be a running play. So they can audible, they can fuse that. So now it's going to be up to Dallas for their defense to see the keys, see what's happening, and play. It's going to be man to man. It's not going to be I can tee off because I don't have no respect for even the thought of you running the ball. And they had zero. They showed the most disrespect I have seen a team show against another NFL team in the longest time. Dude, they didn't even have all linemen in half the time. They had their pass rushers in on first down for the whole game. I'm like, man, come on. This is ridiculous. They did not even respect them. They didn't respect them. And then there's another
Man,
difference.
we
Brady
just
can't
had we.
Brady
Yeah, that's
can't
what's
get out of
crazy.
the backfield, but Purdy has shown that he can run. So that's another
He can
dimension.
run. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I don't see it as
Well,
being,
let's
oh,
see.
we're gonna put Lawrence on one side, put Mike on the other side, and just let them go at it.
No,
That's not what it's gonna
no,
be.
that
They're
ain't
gonna
what
have
I'm saying.
no, I know it, but Howard,
That ain't
that's
what
what
I'm
they
saying.
did. That's what they did last night, bro. They ain't even care. They just like, I'm coming after you. It ain't no fake moves. I ain't worried about no chips. I'm just going after Tom. He threw the ball 55
But
times,
Tom,
man. Come on, man.
no, he
55
no
times,
he
right,
threw the
300
50,
ball.
yards,
He
Antonio.
threw the
55
balls.
300
times.
He threw the
yards.
balls. He threw the ball 62 times. Y'all get it right. Listen,
Oh no, they did have that
we
last drive.
understand that he's 62. We understand that the 49ers is a
That's
different ball
hilarious.
game, man. So we're not gonna go with the same game plan against the 49ers. We know we got a quarterback that can run the ball. We know we got a quarterback. If you let them sit there and watch Kittles, all the receivers that they got, if you don't put no pressure on this dude, just my belief, they're gonna kill us.
God,
That's just my
66.
belief. But if we put pressure on him, contain the run, you ain't got to worry about contain the run because you got to watch that little white boy. I'm just saying, you just got to watch it. That little white boy's something special, man. Always has been. Always
The
has been.
views
Got to
expressed by
watch him, man.
Howard do not necessarily represent the views of the entire Sports Talk
We're not, we're
Unfiltered
not,
and
we're
all
not,
of
we're
its
not. Yeah,
participants.
yeah. That was
Hey,
that was
look,
something.
look, look.
I mean, don't dig your hole.
Hey,
You
yeah,
dig
don't
your
kick.
hole being defensive now. Go ahead and let that J go. You trying to
Just let
defend
it
your
go.
point. You go ahead and let that
Listen,
J
Let
go.
it go.
Go
I
ahead and let
said what
that
I
J go.
said.
Go
You could
ahead,
talk
let it
about
go.
now you could talk about transgender and everything. You could add everything. You gonna add
There
everything
you
on top
go.
of
I
that,
ain't said
Jesse.
nothing about that. Don't put me in there.
Hey, Howard.
Y'all
He
playing
said,
now.
go ahead, let it
Yes,
go.
sir.
Go ahead, let that J
Yes,
go.
sir.
You go ahead, let that
Y'all
J
know
go.
we
You
going
gonna
out
try
there
to
Yes,
stand
sir.
on your box, but sometimes you just
No
gotta be
pun
like, yeah,
intended. No pun
yeah.
intended. That little joker can get it. That little joker
There you
can get
go.
it.
That little
Real
There you
talk.
joke,
go.
yeah.
There you go.
But the thing, Howard, it
I
can
say
come
joker.
from anywhere. That's that's
Hey,
the thing
brother.
Tony was saying. It could come from anywhere.
You come
You
from
know what I
anywhere.
Hey,
mean?
all I got to
So
do,
who you think gonna win
we
the
could we
game?
look, we could talk,
I think it's
we
gonna
could
be a
talk till we
good. Of
blue in the
course, I
face,
think we gonna win.
but they got
But
to line up against
I'm
each
not
other.
taking the game lightly. I think it's gonna be a
Okay,
tough.
you're not taking it
This is
lightly,
gonna
but
be a. I,
Give me
I
the
would say
score.
this
Give me
is
the
gonna be a
score. Give me
tough
the
game.
score. This is for Howard and
We
Antoine.
owe
Give me the score.
we owe y'all, Antoine. We owe y'all, and the
Yeah,
pressure ain't
I
on
know.
us.
That's why
It's
I
on
said
y'all.
I
earlier,
want to
y'all
hear the
coming
score
for
too.
Whoa,
blood.
ho, 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 ho. What did you say, Howard?
I say the pressure ain't on Dallas. It's on the 49ers.
How you
It
figure
ain't on
that?
us.
Mm-mm.
What you mean? How I figure?
How
You
you
better
They're
figure
take
that?
favored to
Jerry
win.
Jones. You
They're
better
That
take
favored.
don't
They're
mean
the
Jerry
one
nothing.
Jones.
favored to
Favorite to
win.
win don't mean nothing. This is
Man, you
America's
is
team.
crazy.
No, sir. Look, man,
You is
they
crazy. You is
have
crazy.
they have hired 300
Oh,
more suicide watch prevention people for phone calls just in case y'all lose. That has already been done. The pressure is not on anybody but the Cowboys. Y'all have. Do you
No, it's
know if
not.
y'all don't
Nope.
win,
No, it's not.
man?
Hey
Please,
Howard, hey
y'all,
Howard, hey
please.
Howard, hey Howard. I hate to tell you this,
We ain't
but
supposed to win.
hey,
Remember?
No,
I
if
hate
the
to tell you
We ain't
49ers
this.
supposed to
lose,
win.
hey, watch this. If the 49ers lose, they always got we're playing with a first year quarterback who was drafted last in the draft. We weren't expected to be here. We played out of our minds. We're gonna be better next year. Everything the Cowboys have done
Bishop,
for the last 3 years has been to win a Super Bowl. Right now, everybody's coaching, and y'all might lose both coordinators if they apply and get jobs. So this might be their last best chance to do it with everything intact. I'm telling
Mhm.
you,
and
as
and
far as pressure,
and watch it and watch it happen.
I mean
Remember,
that's
watch
fine.
it.
The
We not.
pressure's
I'm
cooking
just
in
we
saying.
ain't
But
Dallas.
talking
y'all
about.
got
I'm just
the
asking
pressure's
your
The
on
pressure
y'all.
is
opinion.
cooking in
Yeah,
Dallas.
The
The
pressure's
on
in
the
Dallas.
49ers. It ain't on
And
Dallas.
look, Jared Jones.
No, it's
Every
not.
year he get older, more pressure y'all have.
That's right. And
No,
the
it's not.
Jets.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is every year because y'all
No,
trying
it's
to
not.
win before he leave here. So y'all, you got to win, man.
You
I don't
see
care
what
too
I
much
know
Jerry
you
about
don't
Jerry
really
Jones
care
when
Jones.
for
they
him
You
anyway.
lose.
mentioned his
You don't really
name.
care for him anyway.
I don't
But
care for
Yeah,
Jerry.
but the
No.
Cowboys is America's team. I don't care how they finish or what it is. When the season starts, they automatically talking about
Super
Cowboys
Bowl.
in the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
I don't.
I
You
mean,
not Jerry Jones.
the
I don't.
nation. So
A lot of.
it's a lot of pressure on the Cowboys. It's a lot.
A whole
It's
lot of
even
pressure.
more
I think
it's
it's
a
pressure
more
whole
on
pressure on
lot
Dak.
of
y'all.
pressure.
It's
It's
more
even
It's a
pressure
more
on
whole
y'all
lot.
to
pressure
win
on
at
Dak.
home because you're
Yeah.
favorite. Y'all are favored to beat our butts
By
like you were
4
Howard,
last
you
points.
can
year.
try to spin that all you want.
4
I'm sorry to
Hey,
points.
tell you,
hey,
y'all.
look,
You
look. They going in that jump free, baby. We going in there
no,
You
free.
y'all ain't going
We
no
in.
going
Y'all
in
ain't
there
no
going in free.
free.
man.
Y'all
That
ain't
is
going in
not
free.
the
We
case,
going in there
Howard.
free.
That
Y'all ain't.
that has so
All right.
much pressure on him. That
Pollard
has a
gonna take it
lot
off
of
of him.
pressure
actually,
on him.
hey, you know what,
The
Pollard
Twan?
gonna
Cowboys
take some of
know
it
what's
off
the
of him.
Super
Hey,
Bowl for
I
this
don't
season.
know that Dak
Anything
got
Pollard
a
gonna
outside of
lot
take
of
that,
some of it
pressure
off
on
of him.
him because he already got his check. So it ain't nothing they can
No,
do. He can be back next year. He right now he don't want a playoff game on the road. He beat Tom Brady. Right now, Dak all right. The Jerry Jones might be chopping heads if they lose. You know what I'm saying? Like if they would have
He
lost
will.
yesterday,
I don't
the
He
whole
know.
will.
the whole
Oh,
coaching
Chop,
staff,
chop
everybody,
his head.
everybody
if
would
they
have been
had
fired.
lost yesterday,
Oh yeah. So
Chop
the
his
I
head.
stadium
don't
was
think that
coming down.
pressure has relinquished. I think the Cowboys have the pressure on them.
I mean, and the only and y'all got to win
You
the
say
Super
so?
Bowl.
Yeah.
No, they
Y'all
Oh
don't.
can't.
yeah, the
No, they
pressure
don't.
ain't this
No, they don't.
game. The pressure is the Super Bowl,
The
bro.
It's the
pressure
Super
is the
Bowl.
Super Bowl.
And
Y'all got to
it's
win the
not
Super
even
If they
Bowl.
it's not
It
even
really
getting
if
is.
to the
they get
Super
to the
Bowl.
Super
It's
Bowl, they got to
winning.
win it. If they
No,
get there,
no, y'all got to win
they
it.
got to
Y'all
win it.
can't even get there.
Expectation is
Y'all,
how
if
No, I
y'all
just said
get
if they
there,
get
I
there,
will
they got to
say if
win it.
y'all get because y'all haven't been there in so long. If y'all
Hey,
get
a
there,
lot
that
of teams
might be
have it,
enough.
Bishop. That's the thing about it. They
Yeah,
they
but
put the
every
stamp on
team
us.
is not
But it's a
called
lot of teams.
America's
Do I
team,
need
though, Howard. That's the
do I
difference.
need to go down the
Every team,
line?
but every team is not called America's team.
We can't help
That's the
That's
that.
a fact.
problem.
I mean,
And hey,
we
That's
can't
and
a
help
there's
it.
fact.
one there's one owner with a radio show talking about how good the team is every week, even when they lose. It's
Right. So
one
you
it's
can't compare every team ain't won to the
yeah,
Super
but
Bowl.
one owner with a
win or
radio show.
lose.
Who's that? Jerry Jones.
Jerry
Jerry
Jones.
Jones and the
You know
So
about
Cowboys.
that
y'all
Jerry
y'all
Jones,
y'all
man.
are America's
You hear
team,
that
and
dude, man.
America's team don't ever win for America.
That's a
Hey,
fact.
That
But
proof
they
pressure,
in the
the
got
pudding.
pressure, Howard, is
So,
on
like I
They
y'all.
say,
won in '93.
no, it ain't.
They
Hey,
won
They
in
hey,
last one in
hey.
'95. So I want to get it right.
oh
But
okay.
'95.
hey,
Get it
real
right.
quick, I want to ask y'all this
Got two
real
more
quick,
years after
man.
that.
I want to ask y'all this real quick before we gotta go. Hey, man, should Lamar Jackson have traveled with the team?
Nope.
Did
Nope.
y'all see? Did y'all see his tweet?
I know I didn't
What
see it,
about
but
what
I
his
felt like
injury
he
oh,
actually
should.
was?
I
No,
feel like
his
he should
tweet
have
said,
traveled
"If
with the
y'all
team.
take care of a good player, a good player will take care of you."
oh.
I didn't see that.
I ain't see that tweet.
Y'all like
But
y'all
we
like
Hey,
all
did
hey,
he tweet that for real?
we
yeah,
all
yeah.
knew what it
Matter of
was
fact,
about though.
hold on. I might got it. I might got it. Hold on. Let me see if I got it. Y'all keep talking. Let me see if I got it real quick.
We
Let
No,
me see
so
if
we
Hey,
that's
all
a
y'all,
good
I
y'all
thing.
mean,
know,
he should have
y'all know he
traveled
was
with the
okay though, right?
team, unless
He was
yeah,
not
we
You know he
okay.
all
was
No,
know
okay
that.
though, right?
no, he's
if
not
it was
He was
okay.
all
nothing to do
right.
with
Oh,
health, he should have
he's
been
not
with the team.
100%.
Nah,
He
man,
should have
he's
been
not.
with the
Hey,
team.
Tony,
hey, no, hey, oh, hold on,
Tony,
Howard. You know
Tony,
good and darn
Tony.
well, defensive players don't really like offensive players, especially quarterbacks. And his defenders were walking around. Hey, man, y'all talking about Lamar, man? Y'all don't see this dude limping around the facilities on a Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? On a day where we ain't got nothing to do. This dude is just going to the
Tony,
bathroom and he's limping around the
Tony,
facility. Man, he could have went out there, but
Tony.
he's a mobile quarterback.
You can
Howard.
Tony, you can fake limping. Come on, man. You can fake it to death. Stop, man.
Well, he
You
said
can
he
fake
was out
limping.
there faking. He was
Oh,
faking how?
Antoine, you can fake limping, Antoine. Yes, sir. He
That's
let
a
him know,
Nothing
and
feels
fact.
quite like
then he
hitting
went
a
and beat up.
PXG iron. That's because we use hollow body construction, thinnest club face in golf, and a vibration absorbing polymer. More forgiveness, better.
Who was that?
That was commercial break, man.
That was commercial break. Look. So y'all think the man? Y'all. First of all, let me ask you a question. Do y'all think he should have played hurt?
no,
Oh, so do
No,
y'all think not hurt? Do you think he should have played? Let me put it that way.
no.
no,
No, but he should have traveled with the team.
No, he shouldn't. He ain't been to a
no,
single road game since he
no.
been hurt. Why he gonna go to a road game now? This dude don't need to be man. He, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you right now. My wife just had surgery. She had a transformer. We had a vacation planned almost 2 months after it. The doctor told us she can't fly. Dude, when you have an injury like that, you're not supposed to get on a plane, especially not to be sitting to travel, bro. Nah, hey man, look,
Oh,
hey,
come on,
dude,
Tone, man.
no,
I would have went for you on that, but come on, he could have went to the. He could have
no, no,
went
no,
to the
no.
team. Come
He
on, man.
hasn't.
He
No,
couldn't.
He hasn't.
You bet the
Listen,
doctor. He was not under doctor's restriction to not
no, no,
fly.
no, no, no,
but
Now I
Bishop,
no,
understand. Now, if
Bishop,
the doctor
no,
said, it, go ahead.
no. The doctor
Hmm.
he had a
suggested.
talk with
Now,
he had a
now,
talk
now,
with his
Paul,
agents.
now
He
Paula
had a
could go
talk with
and
his
do. She
agents.
can go and do whatever she wants. But the doctor did suggest to her that it would not be good for her to get on a plane and fly. He actually even said it would not be good for her to sit in the car for more than 2 hours. So what I'm saying is, for injuries like this, the doctors do tell you now.
He was
Do
all right,
football
man.
players ignore it? But this is a man without a contract. I don't have no contract. I'm not doing anything that's going to jeopardize my future if they ain't taking care. And so if he did say that, and I've been scrolling through, I ain't seen that tweet. I've been looking, but I ain't seen it. But if it was about him going to be a support to the team and all of that, he's having beef with the coaching staff and everything because they want him to rub some dirt on it and shoot it up and go out there and try to play. This ain't that type of party, bro.
All right, look. Let me see if I got it. I don't know if this it or not, but let me see. Let me see. Let me see if it's it.
I seen where RG3 said, "No, sit your butt out and not risk your career."
Here you go.
That's right.
Let me see if I can
That's how
find
the
it.
Commodores did him.
Yeah, from a man that know.
Chip and more. Call now.
Yesterday, Lamar Jackson reposted a message to his IG story that, oh yeah, it's getting plenty of attention. The story reads, quote, "When you have something good, you don't play with it. You don't take chances losing it. You don't neglect it. When you have something good, you pour into it. You appreciate it. Because when you take care of something good, that good thing takes care of you too."
Hey man, hold on. Hey man, watch the media is so. Hey man, so
I think he was just purely talking about him taking care of his own body. I don't think.
Yeah, come on, Twan. Come on now. You
We're talking about that team not paying him enough money.
You know the
I don't even
narrative
think
is
it's
going to
that deep.
be him
No, I don't
saying the
even think
team take care of him and he'll take care of the team.
Right.
Yep.
What I'm saying, Twan, is I don't even think it was that deep. I think he did what everybody does when somebody says something about him that they like it. And what the media does is take it and say something. He reposted it on his Instagram. No, he didn't. He liked it, which means it showed up on his feed. That is that's a media thing, man. And y'all are biting.
Now, let me ask you a question, Tone. How do you know he liked it and didn't post it?
Because I sat here and looked at it on Instagram. Somebody else posted that and he liked it.
When did you see all that?
I'm sitting here looking right now as you said it.
Okay, so if I replay it, I'm just saying you can
no.
help me out. If I replay the video.
Twitter. You said Twitter, so I was looking on Twitter. Once you said IG, I went and looked on
gotcha.
IG. And it's somebody else, it's a story that somebody else posted. He liked it, so it shows up in his
liked it. He just liked it and showed up.
Come on, man. Come on, man. But even in all of that, this is a time where you got to know all of that stuff and what's going on. That was he did that the way he wanted to do it.
That sounded like some Kyrie Irving stuff.
Wow.
Come on, man.
I can't believe you bought into that first
Baltimore need to go ahead and
Come on, man. You can't like something like that while this is all going on and then act like it ain't got nothing to do with all of what's going on. Come on. Come on, man. Somebody put a tweet up. Somebody put a tweet up. Look, if you get injured, listen, hold on. Somebody put a tweet up. If you get injured and hurt yourself and they don't give you a contract and you sit out, I think you're doing the right thing. And then you like that, and then we say, no, he ain't talking about. Come on, man.
Hey, Twan, you remember what you said about RG3? Anyone saying Lamar Jackson should brace it up and go play regardless the extent of his knee injury, needs to get their head checked out? He liked that too.
Right.
So guess what? All he's saying is when people are saying something about him.
Okay, he liked that too. That's the same thing. That's what I'm saying. That agree. He know what he's doing. He's basically saying, since y'all ain't paid me, I ain't going out there and play.
That ain't had nothing to do with being paid. He would have liked that. He would have liked that even if he had the contract. Because somebody was saying something good about him in his situation or whatever. Come on, man. This is much ado about nothing, homie.
Listen, I'm saying he can like that, but let's not try to act like the dude ain't doing what he doing. You know, good and as well, he liking all that because he ain't got no contract.
He like it.
And he should have.
And he should have. I'm not saying he shouldn't.
Right. So you basically saying he's subliminally sending a message.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Right.
And if y'all don't think he's sending no message subliminally, you lost your mind. If you think that man ain't going, somebody put down there, the Baltimore Ravens ain't treating Lamar right, and he gonna like it and don't think that's a problem. He know how this stuff work.
Hey, watch this. If Lamar Jackson right now were to not get a contract from the Ravens, they would have to franchise him this year, which he'll because his upgrade, it wouldn't be that much. He would only get like $30 million this year. Then they would have to franchise him the following year. The following year, he would get nearly $50 million because of what Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, and Deshaun Watson have. So it'd be $50 million.
I thought they
So
said he would get about 45 this year.
no, he can't get
When
but
they
30
franchised
something.
him this year, they said
No, it's
I thought
like
they
30.
were saying it on Wednesday it was about 45.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so in other words, in 2 years, he will have $80 million guaranteed in 2 years. So here's the thing about football players and this guaranteed money stuff. Guaranteed money only means something if it's a potential for you to get cut. Bruh, if the Ravens don't pay him tomorrow, somebody is going to line up to pay him whatever it is that he's asking for.
Okay,
So
I'm gonna
he-
understand something. What's your
so
point?
what I'm
What's
saying is
your point?
he's doing the Kirk Cousins thing. They don't have to sign him to a long-term contract. This ain't about the money. But what he is going to do is make sure that he don't hurt himself so he's healthy enough so that when somebody wants to come and offer him that, he's going to get it. This has nothing to do with the Ravens not taking care of him because they say, look, you not taking care of me means that you only hurting yourself. You hurting the team.
Yeah, come on, Tony. That ain't how he looking at it. He ain't looking at it like that. He ain't looking at it like that.
Listen,
that might be a byproduct of what he doing, but that ain't. He want a contract. If that's the case, then Tony. If that's the case, then don't give me a contract for 2 years. Let me just make $80 million.
That's what Kirk Cousins did.
Yeah, but Kirk Cousins wanted a contract. He wasn't doing that because he wanted it to be a free agent. He was doing that because he wanted a contract.
Here's what Kirk Cousins said. Kirk Cousins looked at the market. He said, this franchise tag, if I sign a long-term contract with them right now, I'm not going to get as much guaranteed money as if I just play out.
Did Kirk Cousins sign a long-term contract?
Yes, and when he
then why don't you just keep out? Come on, Tony. That don't make sense. That don't make sense.
No. Hold on, wait. I'm not the first person to argue this. I think any quarterback is stupid for signing a long-term contract if it's about the money. The reason why they sign a long-term contract is so that they can help the team out because they can defer that money. And
that's not true. Deshaun Watson did not sign his contract to help the team out.
No, bruh.
Here's a different situation.
It ain't a different situation. Why didn't Deshaun Watson keep taking free agent contracts? Y'all don't pay me or you on a yearly basis?
No, listen. What I'm saying is Deshaun Watson signing that helped the team out. Why you being able to defer that means every year. So Deshaun Watson's last year, he might be making $45 million and it counts $20 million against the cap.
Tony, that don't make sense, Tony. I know what you're trying to say, Tony. I know what you're trying to say. But nobody in their right mind is going to play 1 year at a time and you get a Joe Theismann injury. Then what you going to do?
No.
That's why they do it, because if you get a major injury, you're protected. Ain't nobody, they ain't holding out for 1 year deals.
How many quarterbacks that had a Joe Theismann injury?
It don't have to be how many, it just got to be one.
And it's
you don't get in car insurance because nobody have car accidents.
Right.
You get car insurance just in case you do.
But you drive every day knowing
of course you drive every day, but you don't drive every day on 1 day insurance policies. You don't do that. You drive every day when your insurance is covered when you get in the car. You don't jump in the car and be like, I got an insurance policy cover me for the day. And tomorrow I'll think about what I'm doing.
I ain't always been responsible. It's been a plenty of days I'd have drove around with no insurance.
Yeah, it's been plenty of days, but that was because one or two things. Hey, but he wouldn't have been riding around like that if he was worth $30 million not to be injured. Somebody would do it. What I'm saying is, these quarterbacks are not taking the franchise deals out of some smart financial deal. They taking it because they feel like the team is not giving them what they think they're worth, so that they're not going to do that. Right now, if they gave Lamar Jackson what he was asking for, he would have signed the deal a long time ago. They won't give him what he's asking for.
You know what he was asking for?
So does it say a lot about the Ravens?
No, he was asking for what his franchise tags were going to be. This is what I'm saying. These quarterbacks go in there saying, if you have to start negotiations at where my 2-year franchise, that's my minimum guarantee. My 2-year franchise is the minimum guarantee. If you want me for 5 years, then now you got to look at what a 3-year franchise would be like for my minimum guarantee. That's what everybody is doing. That's what Aaron Rodgers
But they
did
would
last
give
year.
him. They would give him the thing. He is man. No people are not going on. They
But
go the franchise
they won't
tag.
trying to give him $200 million guaranteed. That's the thing. They were trying to pay him like Jared Goff, which was a good contract, but not after Dak
Listen.
and after Deshaun Watson and after freaking
Listen. They might
Aaron
as well
Rodgers.
break. Look, they might as well break up and go their separate ways.
They and Miami will give him Tua or not. They will give him every dime that they ask for, because with Waddle and Hill and Jackson, they might score 120 points a game.
Whew.
Hey,
If they
that
don't play in
offense,
cold weather.
If they and look, as long as they don't have to go up north.
as
Oh
long
no,
as they
Lamar
ain't playing in
Lamar
cold
coming
weather,
from up
yeah.
north.
Waddle couldn't hold
Playing
the
cold
ball.
weather.
Lamar come. They
Waddle
don't have
couldn't hold the
Waddle. We
ball.
don't need you this game. It's just gonna be me and Tariq. We done played in cold weather.
Now I think he doing the right thing as far as not playing.
Right.
'Cause,
which
man,
is why I don't think it was any shade that he was throwing. This man is a businessman.
No, he
don't
was
have no
throwing
hate.
shade. He's still throwing shade now. He ain't
I
he
thought
ain't
was
above
shade
throwing
when he
shade.
traveled with that team.
What you say?
No,
Yeah,
he didn't.
that was
He
shade
hasn't
now
traveled.
traveling
That
with
was
the team.
shade.
Nah, man, he missed the last 6 games. Man, he didn't travel to any of those 3
This
away
ain't a
games.
regular
Were they
game.
playoff games though?
This ain't a regular game. This is a playoff game. He could have been support without getting hurt.
Right.
His,
Right.
his knee was hurting, so he ain't travel.
I don't
You
know.
know how
And
you know how
if
that cold get with the knee.
right,
You
but not
daggone
only
straight.
that,
Man, y'all stop
no,
with
no.
this foolishness,
No,
man.
but watch this. Him and Harbaugh having beef right now. So Harbaugh might not have wanted him around. He was like, if you ain't playing, what you going for? We don't know that. We just assume
I mean-
that this is Lamar being Lamar.
Listen, somebody
Man, Harbaugh
throwing
might
shade.
not have a job.
What I
Harbaugh
would
might not
say
have a job.
is, I think Lamar is definitely doing the right thing, though. Get your money, protect
Yep.
yourself, or whatever you
That's
asking
right.
for, similar
Don't-
to it. Because at the end of the day, if you bow to whatever they want, and you mess around like RG3, perfect example. You take an injury and you never again yourself, you'd have missed
done.
out on millions and millions and millions
done.
of dollars,
Like lifetime money.
lifetime money. So
Generational
do
money. That he
right.
lost
So
because he wore a knee brace to play because the coach told him he could play with a knee brace.
right. And the thing about it, Baltimore don't want to pay you. Somebody gonna pay you.
Somebody
I
gonna
tell
pay.
you what.
Somebody
Long as
gonna
he healthy.
and he it ain't like
Long as he healthy.
he's asking for that money without having the resume.
Oh, he got the resume.
Right. That's my thing. It's not like he don't have the resume.
Man, he got the resume to get what he
Hey,
asking.
It's like
Hey.
5, maybe 6 teams that wouldn't sign Lamar Jackson right now, even with their current quarterback situation.
So if this was Joe Burrow, would they be still having the same situation? Would he have got
Yes.
that money?
No, Joe Burrow, no, because nobody's getting the money that Lamar is asking for, except Cleveland was so desperate they gave it to Deshaun. The same
Right.
thing. Even if you look at what Allen
I
got,
don't even think he was worthy of it.
no, but what I'm saying is Josh Allen, Joe Burrow's going to get a deal a little bit better than Josh Allen. Josh Allen took less money. Josh Allen should have been the one to say, I'm just going to wait till the franchise until you give me my entire contract.
Well, let me ask you a question, Tone. Let me ask you a question then, since you say that. If everybody else taking deals that are not Deshaun deals, why shouldn't Lamar?
The trend got to stop somewhere.
No, because Deshaun done started it.
But then he started it for everybody else you just said?
No, but everybody else had already signed their contract. Deshaun and
Oh,
Aaron
okay.
Rodgers
All
were
right.
they were the only two that got that last year. But even Aaron Rodgers did his better. He got a 3-year deal. But
Aaron is in a different category. You can't even
but what I'm
include
saying
him.
is he got basically what would have been a fully guaranteed deal for 3 years. He did it for 5 so that the team could spread the money out. If I were to do a deal like that, I would do that. So like, give me a 4-year deal fully guaranteed, and then you can add 3 years to the end of it so you can spread the cap out if you want to cut me and let me go or whatever like that, just so we could do it. But I need my guaranteed money for these three. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that Deshaun that started something. Owners were hot. It was so much stuff coming. And look, now owners calling him a rapist and stuff like that because they mad at Cleveland for doing it, where they won't say nothing before. But when Cleveland gave them that money, now owners are speaking out because now football players are starting to say, why is it that basketball players get fully guaranteed contracts and we're the ones out here putting our bodies on the line every time we go out? So that's what I'm saying. Lamar is thinking that now, man, you get Deshaun got it all guaranteed. I'm better than LaShawn.
And it sets the quarterback market. You know how that go every offseason. Players start getting contracts. It set the market.
It
so
seems
now
like to me, the owner for Baltimore is trying to make a stand. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and the owner for Baltimore made the same mistake that Jerry Jones made because
they almost all want all the ownership makes other than Kansas City. They signed their quarterbacks too late.
Yep, you got to give it to them. You got to trust. Oh, we got to make sure. But you held on to them. Now you got to pay them all the money. So everybody wants to be the next highest paid quarterback. The highest
and it's only going up. It ain't going down.
It's only going up.
And that cap. And that cap about to go up. So now because that new deal is gonna kick in and the cap is gonna go up, I'm not signing no long-term deal right now. I want a deal. I want a LeBron deal.
And if
so
they don't
get the next TV money that every time it go up.
Yeah, you can't do that in football though. You got to sign that contract in football.
You can't do it yet. But it's coming.
You can't because if they keep giving me guaranteed money, and it's coming because the competitive nature is too much in football. So they giving away that guaranteed money like that. The problem is, before we get out of here though, is the problem with Baltimore. If y'all don't pay this man, y'all are a horrible team without him.
Right.
That's what they showed him. This is not San Francisco. This is not the Niners. We can't put anybody in that spot.
Right. Oh, and watch this.
I think since he's been gone, only increased his value to the team.
Exactly. What happens if they let him go and then Tomlin knock on the door and say, "Hey, can we get Lamar Jackson to come in here? We'll just
Tomlin might say that though, but Steelers not paying that though.
Yeah, Steelers ain't paying.
Steelers not paying.
We all know that.
Not forget,
Steelers ain't paying that.
Steelers not paying that.
At one time, Ben Roethlisberger was the highest paid player.
Yeah, but he wasn't this. Yeah, there's a difference between being the highest paid and being this.
The money won't.
If the Steelers give him that money, he also gonna have to work the steel mill. He ain't gonna just be able to play quarterback, buddy. He gonna have to play quarterback and work the coal mine.
Hey, wait, hold on. They gave it to Watt.
What you say?
They gave it to Watt. Watt is the highest paid defensive player in the league.
No, just a difference tone with being the highest paid.
Nah, man, it's the same. It's the same.
Listen, no, it's not the quarterback. The Steelers not giving it to him. I don't care what he like. They not giving him no Deshaun Watson money. They're not doing it. They're not doing it. I mean, they'll do it. They'll do it. But in his contract, he gonna have to do 3 radio shows every day. He gonna have to do the local TV show 4 times a day. He gonna have to ride on back of the trash truck and greet every house and greet every person in the neighborhood on the route. He ain't yes sir. He ain't gonna be able. He ain't gonna be just the quarterback.
You say that, but at the end of the day, bro. These owners for the Detroit Lions, all them years they was losing, was getting the same
Steelers.
NFL check.
Steelers will let you go in a minute.
Cowboys and the Patriots and everybody else was getting because that money, that revenue get divided up evenly, and they get that big check. So some owners are just cheap, but the money is there to give it to them, and I think they gonna give it to them. And the reason why they don't mind giving it to them because at the end of the day, it's a cap. So all we doing is distributing the pie. It's gonna be the same pie regardless.
Yeah, but Steelers
might
Super
sell
Bowl.
more jerseys and we get more.
Listen, man, they not doing it.
But the Steelers have a history of not paying money like that.
They not, and they ain't started.
They have a long history of that.
They just signed T.J. Watt to a quarterback deal.
Right, and Ben Roethlisberger, they might have been the last 2 that really got that money like that type. Right, and that plays a factor too.
That plays a factor too.
You do.
Watch yourself, Bishop.
I'm scratching my arm. What is you talking about? What are you talking about? I got sense. What itches? I ain't like you.
Hey, yes, you are. Look at you.
I'm
Look
Hey,
at
That's right.
hey, fellas, look, man. Thank man.
Y'all dumb,
That
man.
joke
Y'all
ain't
dumb.
We had a
good.
good show, man. Look, we gotta get out of here, man. We went over, man. Look, man, we thank you guys for watching. Hey, Antoine, thanks, man. You made the show. Hey,
Yo,
man,
appreciate you,
you
Twan.
made
That's
some of
good
the
show,
best
Twan.
statements, man, you have ever made, man, that I've ever heard you make in my life.
It's
Was
all about the
today.
playoffs, Bishop. It's all about the playoffs.
Appreciate it.
It's
Appreciate it,
all about
fellas.
the playoff, man. We see you guys. Hey, man, we thank you for watching another episode of Unfiltered. We see you every Tuesday night, 9 o'clock p.m. I'm out, fellas. See y'all.
Yes,
All right. Peace.
you.